There is something that is very concerning in this Chelsea fan base. Let's discuss what that is. Alright, so the first thing that I would like to discuss, and this is something that I think is the main concern for me at least, and I think for a lot of other fans as well who support Chelsea. It's that, when it comes on to signing players or becoming interested in young players, to be more specific, I think a lot of people tend to believe that this is not the case, or we should not be going for this player because we already have this player. I think that's a view, I think that is an opinion or perspective that I don't really think is the most ideal one, considering that if you're a fan that wants to see Chelsea be consistent, if you're a fan that believes that in order for Chelsea to have quality depth, they need to have quality players because it goes hand in hand. You have to look and see that yes, we as in terms of Chelsea do produce some excellent young talents that may go elsewhere and succeed, or go elsewhere and make themselves a career. But we cannot say that we want to get to somewhere and in a specific time frame but not want to see certain players be brought in. Yes, you cannot always look out and say, okay, let's go spend boom amount of money or X amount of money for Y player. You can't do that all the time, because you may have some quality players out there that if you give them a chance, they can prove you right. That, don't do that. But it cannot be a case where because you have this player, you can't make space for another person, because you need to have depth. And this whole narrative of you can't have certain players on the bench is stupid. If a player is able to understand that you can't play every game, it's not possible. Nobody's body, no human being's body can withstand, or they can't resist the consistent adrenaline and everything. I get that, but at the same time, your body is not made like that where you can consistently do the same work, have great intensity, having to increase intensity, using your body in a way that it's not meant to be for long periods. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So I think that if you want to have a quality team, if you want to have quality depth, you need to have players that are good on the bench as well. So yes, that's going to mean that some of the fan favorite players will not play the game. They'll be out on the bench, and some fans will be unhappy. That's always going to be the case. You want to see your favorite player play the game. But if that player is able to remember that football is a team sport, it's literally consisting of 22 players on the pitch. Both having 11 players from the first minute, and depending on what happened, that could stay the same way or it could reduce. But you cannot be saying that this player shouldn't be playing every game. It's not possible. It's not possible. No player can play every game. No player. If there's ever been a player like that, I've never heard of it. I may have to do research to find that player. But I don't believe that there's a criteria where this player has to play such amount of games and that's the entirety of the season. It's not possible. I think that if you want depth, you need to understand that in order to do that, you need to have good players on the bench. And this thing that players cannot be on the bench is stupid, because you need to have a bench. It can't be a case where you have Ross Barkley coming off the bench. For example, I know Ross Barkley is no longer a player at Chelsea, but just an example, Ross Barkley can get you some long shot goals sometimes, may get you some run, may get some assists occasionally, but you cannot be losing a game, or you can't be drawing 1-1 and you want to get that winner, and you're gonna bring on a Ross Barkley, or you're gonna bring on a Loftus-Cheek, and that's just an example to say that Loftus-Cheek is not really the same player anymore. He can't get you goals like that anymore. He scored only one goal in the past 2 seasons, so I mean it's enough. And you never know. Maybe when this video comes out, and probably in the next fixture, whatever fixture that will be, you may just end up seeing him scoring a goal, and then this thing about me saying he scored only one goal in the past 2 seasons, it's funny, because it's a case where, as much as you have these young academy graduates, it's not going to always succeed. They're not all going to make it into the starting level. They're not going to all make it into the first team. Some will get an opportunity, some will make some appearances and then move on to other things, because that's how football works. You either make it or you break out of that situation and you go somewhere else and make it. It's simple. It's football. So I don't think that these fans are also say that, oh, we should go do this, or these players should, if we had given this player this opportunity, he would not be that team doing this. And I can remember Jamal Musiala. I mean, Musiala, he represents Germany, born in England, I believe, and grew up in Germany and has German connections and inheritance and ancestries and everything. So I believe that makes sense. But people look at the fact that Jamal Musiala was bought at Chelsea, was here for a couple of years, and then he left, went to Bayern Munich. I mean, it happens. Sometimes some players may not make it at one club. For example, look at the likes of Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard was not respected at a high level at West Ham, but he had some people say, you know what, this is a good player. He can be a good player. He comes to Chelsea, boom, he makes himself one of the most infamous goal scorer midfielders, or top goal scorer overall in the record book. So I mean, look at that. Things like that can happen. Sometimes players will do better in some I said temperature, in some surrounding, in certain profiling that's being around there. You can't always go somewhere and you do good. I mean, you could go to for example, I'm going to use, because I'm young, you can go to one school, thrive, then you go to another school and you can't thrive because the competition is difficult there, and you may become demotivated. You go to that good school and that school where you can thrive, it's filled with competitors, but at the same time, it's not at the same level where that school where it has high competitions. I can't even talk. It gives you the opportunity to to push yourself, but you can't push yourself to the level of getting there. Whether Reece not, maybe. I just personally think that we need to understand that you can't always make it, and there are gonna always be players that don't make it. But I believe that when you look at the whole structure, when you look at the Todd Bowley clearly capital consortium ownership, it's going to be a case where some will be sold. Some players that you want to stay at the club will leave. Some players that have been at the club for years that you thought would get contracts or you thought would extend, they're gonna leave. I think that people need to understand that, and I think when they understand that, they'll be in a better situation. Now, this is a video where I'm not gonna really be editing it and really cutting out everything. You're gonna hear everything raw. You're gonna hear me stutter. You're gonna hear me stumbling over my words. And this is one of the first videos in the past 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, or 4 months. I don't remember the timeline. But that's the thing. I have not used a face cam in terms of you doing videos in a very long time, so it's not awkward to me. Some people, when they don't do it for long, it becomes awkward. I'm used to recording and just giving my thoughts, but being behind the screens and you can't really see my face and everything. But don't forget, for the people that know me from my first channel, they'll know how I look. Some people that will be new to the channel, thank you yet again, man. I'm nearly at 700 at the time of recording this video, so I appreciate you guys. But I just want you guys to know that the point I'm making in this video is that, like I said, to sum up it, one, you cannot be saying that because you have a fan favorite, or not a fan favorite, you have a favorite player who becomes a fan favorite, that's what I'm trying to say, that you can't extend your depth, you can't extend what the squad size is with quality players, or not just having the squad number to make up to register to the UEFA or to register to FA or whatever the case may be. You need to have quality depth, therefore leading to quality squad size. So it's simple. I mean, and with that in mind, that's the video. Like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.